Walmart is a career. It's not just a job. Good quality of life, good educational opportunities for my children.
It is right for the 1.2 million Walmart associates, including more minorities and more seniors that work at any other company in America. Walmart offers the right job at the right time in their lives, and it gives them a step up that economic ladder.
My name is Edith Arana. I live here in Southern California. I have 2 girls. I go to school to be a preschool teacher. I worked for Walmart for 6 years. They explained to me the different things they offered and the type of company Walmart was. I said, that's a company I want to work for. I always found it rewarding to me to help the customer find what they were looking for. I could work wonders.
Do more with less. I know the true meaning of do more with less. They want the associates to do more, and they're going to pay them less.
They would come in the office or on the floor, it didn't matter where you were working. They would say, well, you know we have no overtime. There is to be no overtime whatsoever. We may have 5 baskets of clothes that need to be, merchandise need to be put back. You may have 30 minutes left on your 8-hour shift, but we need those baskets put away. And they usually do it with a smile. You would go along with it because you needed that job. And there was no ifs, ands, or buts about it. They would let you know one way or the other, if you can't do it, I'll just get somebody else to do it. You are not persons that cannot be replaced. And you know, we're hiring all the time. And in your mind, you go, look, I got these kids at home. I just have to make that sacrifice, and you will.
They are asked to work off the clock with the implication that if they don't work off the clock, that is what is expected at this particular store. They are going to lose their job. And they do it as a matter of survival.
And it comes from the top.
Walmart is fighting legal battles with scores of former employees in 31 states. Hourly workers who say the company has cheated them out of hundreds of millions of dollars in overtime pay. The Walmart Corporation paid approximately $50 million to settle an off-the-clock class action suit in Colorado. In Texas, it is estimated that they cheated workers out of up to $150 million in unpaid wages.
Our policy is that we pay everyone for every hour worked.
You're the CEO of Walmart, that's the best you can do? If you work here, we'll pay you. That's it? Work at Walmart. It's better than getting kicked in the nuts.
Our district manager actually explained to us how to cheat workers out of overtime. He said, this is how you can come in on your payroll budget for this week. He said, if you had, let's say, 3 workers that had overtime, maybe an hour, or even 20 minutes over 40 hours, he explained to us how to go in the system under a false user ID to get into the computer and move that time to the next week.
I've seen managers go in when someone worked 41, 42 hours and change it to 40 hours. The people that are struggling to just live on the basics every day or do without need that extra minute or 2 on their paycheck. And those are the ones that are victimized the most. I'm not the only one that did it. I've seen every manager except for one general manager do it.
Walmart refuses to follow the very American ethic that has served the country well for many years. People should be paid for the work they do.
Walmart currently faces lawsuits in 31 different states for wage and hour abuses, potentially involving hundreds of thousands of workers.
As a store manager, you're responsible for reducing your expenses every single month. And the only way to do that is to keep the associates' numbers down.
I was just getting about 19 hours a week, and that's just, you can't pay bills with that. I mean, it's not right at all.
If you're not getting those full-time hours for that week, that's devastating. It may help them on their bottom line, but it doesn't help you at home.
When it comes to jobs, we have good jobs. 74% of our people are full-time. Most people in America don't know that.
Although most people in America also don't know Walmart considers full-time employment 28 hours a week, which at their starting wage works out to under $12,000 a year.
INS agents arrested 250 undocumented workers in 61 Walmarts across America.
We was working from 9 p.m. to 7:30 a.m. We was locked in stores and we could leave store until store manager come morning.
Walmart is paying $11 million to settle federal allegations it used illegal immigrants to clean its stores.
I'm stunned that they would employ illegal immigrants. Very stunned.
You're stunned they hire illegal immigrants for nearly no pay. Lady, you just bought a sweatshirt there for 29 cents.
Walmart, the world's largest retailer, could be facing the largest lawsuit ever brought against a private employer. Lawyers suing Walmart will file their motion today, and if a judge agrees, the company could be facing a class action lawsuit for discrimination against 1.6 million current and former female employees.
I had no idea about the lawsuit, and there were people in my store that had no idea about it also.
Members of management that are in the upper echelons of Walmart management talk about how women at Walmart are useless.
I had done receiving manager, I was operation manager, I was merchandise manager, so it's like I kind of did it all.
I cleaned the bathroom every single day. Ken would come to me and he'd say to me, "Oh, it's your turn again." And I look at him, I said to him, it was my turn yesterday, well, And he'd laugh and we'd joke about it and we'd go back and forth and I'd say, "I know, I'm the only female that's working out here, so hence I have to clean the bathroom."
Nobody said, well, why a woman been in this company all of these years? You look at the evaluation, every general manager stated she should be a GM within a year, within 6 months. Every evaluation. What's wrong with this picture?
The company hides the fact that these practices are very systemic. They're systemic, meaning that they come out of the home office.
Bottom line, if you were a female, you just weren't worth it. You just were not, you weren't worth the time, you weren't worth the money, you weren't worth the effort, nothing.
A blind man. My grandmother was blind. She could see better than what you guys are seeing because you put the blinders on. You didn't want to see.
When I called to file a petition or to file a claim against them just to say that they discriminated against me because I was a woman.
I'm Betty. I'm a Walmart associate. I love working at Walmart. I love that they pay me less than men because that means I can't afford to eat as much and I get to keep my figure.
Jim got promoted to management over me, but that's okay because he's a cutie. You go get him, honey.
When I applied for the assistant manager training program, I didn't get any response back at all.
I went through everything I had done for my store manager, and I done it like you would do a checklist. Said, "You told me to do this, I did it. You told me to do this, I did it." He agreed on with a nod, and I said, "So now I want what you promised me." He just bluntly told me, "There's no place for people like you in management." And I said, "Well, what do you mean people like me?" And I said to him, I said that I'm a woman or that I'm black. He said, "Well, 2 out of 2 ain't bad."
I was called milk boy, nigger, at this particular store. There was an incident where this one guy's bicycle, they hung it up in the ceiling and put a rope around it. Literally lynched this guy's bicycle. This is what they said. But I complained because it was, to me, it was offensive and it was unacceptable. What happened after that? Nothing.
I don't know if I was more devastated than humiliated. But in my mind, the way I love people, I just couldn't see another person, maybe they're not strong as I am, to be able to take that.
This woman walked through the hallway and said, "Eeny, meeny, miny, mo, catch a nigger by the toe." I reported this incident. Nothing happened. If you complain about discrimination, they'll just let more people out on you to see if they can really work you out of there or whatever. And that's basically what happened to me, I just got tired.
I start going backwards in my mind of all the different stuff, and it started clicking and clicking. And the more I thought, the worse I felt, because I felt to myself, you're an idiot. How could you have not known? I was devastated. The time that I spent on those roads, I could have been at home with my husband. But I wasn't, because I was doing my end of what Walmart promised me. If you do this, we will do this. And it was not worth my husband's life.
And the worst part about it is that nobody will ever know how big this is, what happens to people. And there's got to be more people like me out there, but they're too afraid to say anything.